Not all money is created equal, and sometimes it shows up as a test. Learning how to discern when it is in alignment or not in alignment is key to being able to compound your financial circumstances. Welcome to another episode of the Flow Protocols. My name is Kat Howell, and I am your guide on today's journey. Now, I want to take you back to my agency days. This is circa 2015. I remember at one time we were working with a client who was very difficult to deal with, but they had kind of monopolized our revenues. They made up a large chunk of our monthly retainer, but they were constantly on us, micromanaging, criticizing everything we did, and it was depleting myself and my team. It was making me doubt myself, making me doubt my offers, making me doubt my business. Should I even be doing this? And part of me at the time, my mind kept saying, well, when I get a bigger, better client, then I will fire this client. But of course, through the years, I've come to realize it doesn't work like this. When, then conditions never work, simply because our business is a reflection of our behaviors and action, which in turn is a reflection of our thoughts and perspectives. And so our business mirrors us. And so when we're waiting for the reflection in the mirror to make the first move, we end up waiting for a really long time. And what happens when we allow this situation to continue is that gradually, over time, we start to lose our sense of confidence. We begin to doubt ourselves. We become more and more confused. And as that begins to happen, sales become more difficult. Revenues begin to plateau. They start to decline. This can be a very tricky thing to slip out of. And I used to see this happen in the academy days with agency owners all the time. Agencies saying a very similar thing. I do not like this client. They're very difficult to deal with, or we're not getting we feel like we can't really help them, but we need the money. And so when we get a better client, then we will replace them. And I continue to see this happening with entrepreneurs, some of them which I work with, or in the groups that I run, the mentorship programs that I run, where entrepreneurs will get an opportunity handed to them. They really want to build one thing. Their vision is over here. And then this financial opportunity comes here that just, it doesn't feel that great, but the money's really good. So I'd be stupid if I said no to this. And then they slip into this circuit of the reds. As you begin to reach for stretch figures, as you begin to intention bigger numbers for yourself, to hold a bigger value exchange, to build a bigger business, you're going to be presented with these tests because it is your way of seeing how true you're going to stay to your North Star. Are you going to take the money that doesn't feel like a full green, a full fuck yes, this excites me, this energizes me? Are you going to say yes to the money that is like, oh, well, it's money, I need it, but I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to say yes because, I really need the money? Money that depletes you of energy? Are you going to say yes and prioritize money over your own well-being? Let me tell you a secret. You are the one who creates money. And big value exchanges are much easier to create from a space of confidence, of flow, of play, and of gratitude. And anything that compromises that you continue to allow in your life will always cost you more money in the long run, period. At some stage or another, you're going to have to trust in the unknown. You're going to have to foster courage and reject those things that do not match what you want. And in my experience, every time I've stepped into that courage, and sometimes I will be honest, I didn't have the courage, and it got so chaotic that the client would dump us or not even pay invoices. That's happened a few times. It's a really messy way to go about it. It's much easier. Well, it's actually much easier sometimes to let the chaos go and do the job for you, because fostering courage, that emotional skill, is very, very difficult for most of us to do, to trust in the unknowns. But what I'm saying is there's a lot less friction when we do it through our own advocacy, our own sovereignty, when we lead the way with our courage and go into those unknowns. But every time I've either lost one of those clients or I decided enough is enough and I let them go, what I found on the back of that is that the better, bigger, more aligned clients come through. And I used to see this all the time with the agency owners that I worked with, and I continue to see this happening all the time. Somebody will say, you know what, this client just doesn't feel right. It's rocking my well-being. The money's nice. It's not nice enough for this. It's time to go. And then boof, next minute, that big money comes in. Big money is created through your greens. A value exchange. Value is a representation of an expansion of a green. It is much, much easier to create and hold big value exchanges when you yourself are in emotional states that energize you. Not that you cannot create money from a state of depression or overwhelm. Absolutely. Lots of people are doing it, but it's really hard to sustain that. Really difficult to sustain that. And knowing how to discern the difference between the money that is being received that is a green, or money that is being received that is no longer in alignment or no longer serves you, is a really important skill. And it's very easy to do just based off how it feels. Maybe as I'm talking about this, there are things coming up already. And you're saying, oh yes, I have this thing that I'm doing, or I accepted this project or this contracting job or this client, but really my soul is not in it, and I just did it because I needed the money. I encourage you, if that's the case, to find the vibration of courage, which is a vibration of play, by placing yourself intentionally in situations outside of your comfort zone. And this can be related to anything outside of business. You could try and go and build something that you've never built before, or go meet some strangers if that makes you uncomfortable. Even saying hello to strangers on the street, for some people, that's a big, big stretch of courage. To begin to touch that vibration within yourself, and gradually it will compound, and you will know it as a muscle memory within yourself, to the stage where you will be able to make those big, bold moves and to set the boundaries within your business. Increasing our financial capacity, how much we reach for and how much we receive, is a combination of the way that we think and feel about money, the way that we're spending it, and the way that we're receiving it. And if we are allowing ourselves to receive money that is less than, hell yes, I'm here for this, shit feels so fucking good, we will create a dissonance within the relationship that we have with money. And then that's when things get a lot more chaotic. You are going to be presented with tests, financial tests, money that looks really good on paper, money that will ask you to sacrifice your well-being. And the key here will be to trust in the unknown, to turn it down, and to say, I know what I want and I know how I want it to feel, and this is not it. Because if we accept that, we get more of that back. We will continue to attract more and more and more of that. And if we allow that to happen over extended periods of times, we eventually get to a period where we are in full confusion, full doubt, completely lacking in confidence in our business, and then it's very difficult to sell. It's very difficult to know this is the path I'm taking, we're going this way. It's very difficult to let go of those clients because the revenues will start going down, and now the mind is saying even more, oh my God, you really can't let this go. This requires a tremendous amount of courage, but I want to share with you today that I've seen this happen so many times in my own life and with clients that I work with in the agencies that I worked with. The moment we say, bye-bye, this ain't it. The moment we allow ourselves to receive that which we intended and desired for ourselves all along. Now, if you would like to learn more about this emotional competence and how you're ranking according to your relationship with money, I have a free money EQ test, which will rank you along how you're spending it, how you're thinking and feeling about it, and how you're receiving it. It'll help you identify the areas that you can work on or intentionally prioritize to create real meaningful shift in your financial circumstances. To access this, just go to cathowell.com money EQ. I've also posted a link in the show notes below. And if there has been something coming up for you as I've been having this conversation, you're like, oh yeah, I know what she's talking about. There's this thing, there's this project I took on, or this job that I've accepted, and it's really not what I want to do, then find that vibration of courage. Connect with that state, make the moves, trust the unknown, because so long as you allow yourself to receive money that isn't fully aligned, it will be very difficult for you to attract, spot, and guide yourself towards the money that is. This is the test of money. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Flow Protocols. If this resonated, please leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube, or give it a thumbs up if you're listening to the podcast. That would mean the world to me. I really appreciate you guys. I hope this has served you well. And go to cathowell.com money EQ to take the free money EQ test to see how you're ranking with your relationship with money. I'll see you guys on the next one.